This video will cover coverage types and custom data fields. There are 4 ways to customize the information in your lead or client file. The first is custom data fields for information like salutation or annual income. The second is custom date fields for important dates that we don't have listed, but that you would want, for instance, original application date. The third is analytics. You can create superpowered custom data fields for specific information that you'd like to have easily reportable and filterable. The fourth is that you can create custom tabs for specific custom fields, such as call scripts or medications, so that you can keep all of the client's medications separated into one tab. We've annotated this video in case you only want to see a particular step, but I'd recommend watching the whole thing so that way you know what your options are. Let's see how the customizations we're going to cover look in a file. When you're in your lead or client file, on the Information tab or in the Products tab, you would see fields for entry. So here you have name, email, phone, and the basic fields that are set within Radius. Those are universal to the system. They can't be changed except if you choose to enable company fields or if you add in analytics custom fields, which you can see examples of here. Underneath those default fields, you'll see additional information and a set of fields. Additional information is set as a coverage type, and these are a grouping of what we call that coverage type's customizable fields. Additional information is a great place to put general information that you would need for most leads and clients. Are they retired, their salutation, and so on. Things that you'd want to know regardless of the product that you're selling to them. The reason you're seeing these fields here is because we've created them in Settings, Coverage Types, and Custom Data fields, and decided to display that coverage type across all coverage types. But there's another preference to display fields only if you select that specific coverage type. Let's see an example. If you go to the coverage type and select Health, now scroll down, and you'll see those Health custom fields below. It's a lot of fields, so you can see why you might want to hide those fields unless you're utilizing that coverage type. Here you see the custom dates that we've created near to the other important dates like effective and renewal date. And here we see a custom tab for call scripts. So let's see how to create all this. Go to Settings. Scroll down to Coverage Types and Custom Data Fields. Click Edit. We have some coverage types and custom data fields pre-populated for you, but you can delete or edit all of these. To delete a field, just click Delete and hit OK to confirm that you want the field gone. Please note that if you delete a field, any data you have in that field in a client or lead file will also be deleted, so be careful. Let's choose Watercraft, then go up and choose Delete Coverage Type and Confirm. Now let's add in a coverage type. Click Add Coverage Type. Let's add back in Watercraft. I'm going to choose Standard Display since this is a policy that will probably have very specific information that wouldn't be relevant in general to a client. Otherwise, I could choose Display across all coverage types, like you saw in Additional Information, or display it as a tab. I'll show you those options later, so let's click Add. Now we're in this coverage type. You can scroll down to see that it's highlighted. Scroll back up, and let's add in some custom fields. Click Create Custom Field. Let's give this a name of coverage amount. A description of coverage amount. You can enter it in as text, date, or as any of the dropdowns you see here. Creating dropdowns is shown in another video, which we'll add to this article's page for easy reference. Most people choose text or date, but you can always create those dropdowns if you like. You can encrypt a field by choosing the type of encryption. Note that the encrypted fields store the data encrypted at rest and are therefore not available as snippets, report filters, or custom report fields. You can also require a field. This will only be required on manual entry when an agent is adding someone in. Any lead vendor website form or spreadsheet imports will not have that field requirement to add it into the system. Let's look at name and description. The reason that they can be different is in case you need to add in similar fields in multiple coverage types, or for mapping those fields from how you have them listed in another lead vendor or website form. I actually have the same field name of coverage amount in another coverage type. So if you end up mapping fields for an import of a file or pulling a report on those fields, the system wouldn't know which field to send the information or pull it from if they're both named the same thing. If I try to add this with the same name and description here, it will give me a notification that it's unable to create the new field because the name has already been taken. So, you can name it something unique, but still have the description for the agent to display it as the same thing. So we'll put the name as coverage amount -watercraft. It will still appear to me, as the agent, that it's coverage amount, but to our system, it will know that it's specifically coverage amount watercraft. We can add some more custom fields here. Model of watercraft. You can see an example of the custom dropdown I built for models here. Add. Make of watercraft. Add. You can always edit your settings by clicking Edit. If I want to rearrange these, I can just drag them into the order I want and then click Save Sort Order. You can also do that with the coverage types. So if you're selling a ton of watercraft insurance, you should drag that up to the top of the list and then save the sort order. But we don't do a majority of watercraft policies, so let's bring it down. Keep on dragging and dropping so the order is good for you, and then save. When I'm working in a leader or client file and selecting their coverage type, I prefer to have the coverages that I sell most at the top of the list, but other people prefer alphabetically. It's up to you. Another organizational option is to create custom tabs. Scroll up, click Add Custom Tab. Let's give this a description of medications and click Add. As we're creating this custom tab, it will display down here in this Custom Tabs section. Let's start adding in some custom fields. Let's do RX number 1. In name and description, add. Dosage, and so on. You can also save these custom tabs in a specific sort order. If you'd like to organize your custom fields within a coverage type or a custom tab, create a header by clicking Create Header. Name it. I'll give an example of telemarketer to fill out and click Add. Add as many headers as you want, and then organize the fields and save the sort order. Now this list is in a tidier format. Let's see how to create important dates. Go to Settings, Email, Columns, Calendar, and other settings. Edit. You can see here that you can also enable company fields. So I'll check that. Keep scrolling to Custom Dates. Enter the name you want, such as Terminated Date. Again, If you delete any of these dates, the data will also disappear. Scroll down and save your work by hitting Submit Settings. Lastly, let's go to Settings, Analytics, Edit, Add New Table. Let's name this Previous Insurer. The description and field name can be the same. Same as the custom field creation, the reason we give you this option is to make the name and description something different in case you need to do any special mapping for a vendor, website form, etc. So you could have previous insurer be what you see in Radius, even if the field name from your lead provider is current insurance company. You just enter in the description you want to see and the field name mapping, like so. The sort order is for you to organize the analytics fields you want to see first to last. So I'll put this in as sort order 1. Now add values for that table. I'll put in Aetna and Aetna into the alternate description. Sort order 1. Save. Add another value of Blue Shield, and maybe we'll put Blue Shield in as BSBC for the alternate description if you want to. Sort order 2 and save. Now let's see our work. Let's go into a file again. And here you'll see the custom tab that we created. And because I saved the sort order, Medications is before the Call Scripts tab. If I click on Medications, that's there for me. If I go to Information, I see the company fields that I've enabled, the analytics fields that I've created here, and I can scroll down to see the additional information fields, since those display regardless of any coverage type. And if I go back up to choose the coverage type of watercraft, I then can scroll back down and enter in my watercraft information. And here is the custom date that we created.